Hi. In today's video, we are going to discuss about information systems architecture as part of Togaf architecture principles. As we all know, Togaf is the open group application framework, which majorly focusing on understanding about enterprise architecture for the organization level. So the open group framework, which is called Togaf, have different architecture principles, something like enterprise principles, IT principles, architecture principles, all that. In continuation of it, we have discussed about architecture vision earlier. At the same time, architectural vision, etc. At the same time, now we are business architecture, etc. Apart from architecture vision, I discussed even about the business vision, all that. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about information systems architecture. So when we talk about information systems architecture, to understand with, wherein we need to prepare architectural definition document here, because how are we going to define architectural definition document is what something essentially important one has to prepare, one has to understand with. So it's not only about architectural definition document, but we need to have a clear understanding of our architectural requirement specification from the systems architecture point of view, because systems architectures majorly focusing on the amount of systems we are going to develop, what are the different systems do we have, and how are we implementing all these systems. That sort of knowledge is essentially required, because different information systems are we developing, so one has to have a complete understanding over information systems architecture, which is majorly focusing on architectural requirement specifications, etc., all that. At the same time, building a roadmap which has to be visualized from the enterprise level transformation point of view, where this architectural roadmap clearly defines the visualization process of developing this architectural principle, so that it clearly defines the goal and vision of the strategy, which is something connecting with information systems architecture, what is that we are developing on. Not only this, we need to have a detailed understanding over gap analysis we need to do in reference to the information systems architecture, because sometimes whenever there is a migration of the projects we do, wherein we are migrating from the old systems to the new system, this is where generally as is and to be, we call it as, this is where generally gap analysis we do. The gap analysis transformation is what we do when it comes to information systems architecture is all about. At the same time, architectural viewpoints, what are the architectural viewpoints do we have? So that we need to understand, and we need to focus more on architectural viewpoints, whatever are important, whatever are essential to make it more clear when we are working on it. At the same time, knowing about architectural views, this is also one of the key and prominent element one has to understand. What are the different views of the architecture do we have, and how we want to make it more implementation friendly when we are working on, because view perspective when we are developing the solutions for information systems architecture is something essentially important. So architectural views are something, one of the key and prominent thing which we have to be clearly knowing with. At the same time, developing architectural building blocks for information system architecture, followed by developing solutions and building blocks for the solutions and all, is also one of the key and prominent element. So these are the things which are comes under information systems architecture. So being a people who are working under Togaf or architectural perspective, this sort of knowledge and this sort of clarity is something essentially needed for anyone. This is all about this video. If you have any questions, if you have any queries in regard to that. please reach out to the contact details which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.